Hello everyone, and welcome to this 90-minute Vinyasa flow practice, suitable for an intermediate level and those with some existing experience in yoga already. We will start in a few yin postures, so the practice will begin a little slower, and then we will work towards dancer's pose, standing bow, Dandasana, and Natarajasana variations, as well as splits, Hanumanasana. Take a moment and dedicate this practice or set an intention for the next 90 minutes of practice. When you're ready, we start to move into a toe squat. So making sure that you tuck the toes under, so the toes are flexed, as you can see, and bringing the big toes to meet the heels slightly apart. You can sit yourself all the way to your heels. If you already feel that this is intense in the beginning, then bring yourself standing up on top of your knees. So we'll stay here for a couple of minutes. So make sure if you need to adjust the position that you do so. Making sure you feel a sensation, but that sensation is not unpleasant or creates any disease. Allowing the hands to come into Maha Mudra in the lap and taking deep breaths into the belly and the sides of the rib cage. Inhaling, the belly fills up like a balloon. Exhaling, everything gently draws back into the center. Inhaling, belly, ribs, side body expand. Exhaling, gentle draw back into the core. And taking a couple more of these breaths, grounding yourself, bringing your attention into the practice, your presence into the present moment. If you need, you can adjust standing onto your knees if the sensation in the toes is becoming intense, but try to keep the toes tucked. When you bring the right arm overhead, we gently use the left hand to draw the elbow in towards our midline. If your head connects to your forearm, gently press the head back in space. Keep pulling the elbow in, making sure not to flare the ribcage forward. Very gentle Uddiyana Bandha. Staying here, or gently allowing the left arm to wrap behind the back and taking Gomukhasana arms, connecting the fingertips, or using a towel, a strap if they do not meet. Breathing into the sides of the rib cage and the upper abdomen, controlling the breath more consciously now. Taking one more inhale. One more slow, longer exhale. Releasing the hands, rolling the shoulders, shaking the fingers if you need, whatever you need to release. Preparing for the other side. Inhale, bring the left arm up and over. Use the right hand to gently pull the elbow into the center. And take the hands in between the scapula. You can stay here just pulling the left elbow in. If your shoulders are already open a little bit more, then wrap the right arm around, connect it to the lower back, a towel, or bring the fingertips to meet, bringing the palms closer in. Belly is in, rib cage pulled in, knitting the lower ribs closer to the front of the hip bones. Steady breath. Still minding the sensation in the feet and the toes as we stay, even if it feels intense, just opening all of the lower body meridians with this pose. Exhale, release the hands, shrug the shoulders, shake the wrists, whatever you need. And then inhaling, slowly bring yourself to a tabletop, firming the belly, and just gently tap the tops of the toes to the floor to release the feet. Just minding not to move the feet too much right away, as the arches of the feet might cramp. When the sensation goes away, start to sit yourself onto your shins. Bring the fingertips behind you, rolling to the tops of the feet, now lifting the knees. You can stay here, bending the elbows, just keeping your balance with the fingertips. If you feel balanced, if you want a little more, then take the hands to the knees and stretch the fronts of the shins all the way to the tops of the feet. Pausing for a few more breaths. next exhale, gently bring the knees back to the floor. So you inhale, roll yourself over to all fours, firming the belly for a moment, pressing the palms into the floor, and then keeping your hips stacked over the knees. Start to walk your hands forward to the front of the mat, moving into puppy pose, melting heart, Hanumanasana. So allow the forehead to rest to the floor or a block if needed. And keeping a roll of your outer armpits in towards your lower ears. So find that space in the armpits so we stretch the lats. If you feel comfortable, you can start to slide the chin to the floor, bringing the chest, the chin to the floor, pressing into the fingertips and lifting the elbows. This is a deeper back bend. If you are in it, make sure you're still pressing gently through the chin so the neck is not compressed. Little contraction through the core, through the belly button to keep the lower back protected. Last few moments. Making sure the breath is still in a steady rhythm. And then to release this pose, you can slide the elbows a little bit back in towards the hips. If you're comfortable, just slide the feet back, bring the hips down, and then walk your elbows in closer to your hips, coming into a Sphinx Pose. So aligning the shoulders right on top of the elbows, bringing the forearms down, making sure that the glutes, the bum are relaxed and released. Again, this is still a yin practice as we begin. If you want some support for the head, find a block if you have one. Bring the block to the third eye center, allowing the opening to be isolated a bit more to the thoracic spine, around the rib cage, middle back. If you're not using a block, you can just keep the gaze forward, where the head just gently drops down, even if it's not resting onto a block. You can relax the belly here, taking belly breaths. Once in a while, contracting the bum, making sure that the bum and the glutes stay released as we begin. As you inhale, draw the head up. And then as you exhale, start to release the pose. Bring the forehead down, hands walk a little back, and find your way into a tabletop. As you align your hands under your shoulders, we're going to move to the forearms. So bringing one forearm at a time to the earth. Firm the belly. So we'll take cat-cows here on the forearms. As we inhale, we arch the spine. As we exhale, we round. Inhaling, dip the belly, lift the tail, lift the chest. Exhale, rounding the back, look towards the knees. Moving with your own breath. The movement will not be as much as it is on the hands, so be prepared. Inhale to arch. Exhale to round, relax the neck. Inhaling to arch, gentle back bend. And exhaling to round, pressing stronger to the forearms. Find a neutral spine. Pull the navel towards the spine so the core is active, and squeeze the elbows, maybe even drag the elbows towards the knees, feeling that power. So different than our cat-cows, we're going to take chest dips. As you inhale, allow the chest to dip. So allow the chest sink, the heart melt, the neck relax. As you exhale, just push the forearms stronger to the ground. So inhaling, if you need, do this a few more times. Exhaling, press. And then starting to work a bit more into the wrists, coming back up to the hands. Start to rotate the hands to the sides. 90 degrees if you're comfortable, 180 degrees. Inhaling, back. Exhaling the hands forward. Whatever movement in the shoulders is comfortable. And then bring the hands facing to the side edges of the mat. You can start to make circles around in either direction, or a little rocking movement side to side, just shifting the weight to start to open into the wrists. And then turning the fingers to face all the way towards the knees if that is possible. Bring your weight towards your heels. You can lift the heel of the hand, keeping the tips of the thumb, the fingers connected. Little bend in the elbows to intensify. This is a deep forearm stretch if you're doing it correctly. Breathe. Bringing the hands back forward, turning the hands to face the front of the mat. And then you can either take the backs of the hands to the ground, pointing towards each other, or pointing towards the knees. Curling the fingers in, making gentle fists with the fingertips to release the wrists, whichever way you choose. As you exhale, sit back onto the heels, shake out the wrists like you are flicking water from the wrists. Circle them out, whatever movement you need to release into the wrists. Starting to activate the forearms and the hands to the sky. Inhale, open the palms. Exhale, curl the fingers into fists and pull them down towards your forearms. 2 more times. Inhale, open palms to sky. Exhale, curl the hands down towards forearms. Last one. Inhale, open. Exhale, curl the fingers in, maybe even bend the elbows. Fire the forearms. Then moving the hands as fast as you can into fists. Thumb grabs around the fingers and imagine you're squeezing a little ball, like a stress ball, in between the hands. So open and close as quickly as you can. The hands are like fireworks, breathing for 3, 2, 1. As you exhale, release. Shake out the hands, circle the wrists, flick the fingertips. And when you're ready, bring the hands to the floor. Tabletop, inhale. As you exhale, tuck the toes, send the tail up to the back of your mat. Find your first downward facing dog. Take a walk in place, bend the knees, swivel the hips from side to side. Whatever movement starts to open your body. Staying connected to the tips of the fingers, sending the weights towards the fingertips so that you don't feel pressure into the wrists. And starting to slowly make our way to the front of the mat. Soften the knees. Looking forward, start to step 1 foot in front of the other, walking all the way forward, keeping the feet hip distance. Relax the backs of the hands to the mat, relax the neck, find ragdoll. Little movement side to side, from toes to heels, shaking the head yes, no, whatever helps you release into the spine, into the hips. You can stay with the hands to the floor or hook hands to opposite elbows, finding dangling pose. And keep a lift through your tailbone. Imagine you are dangling from your tailbone, your sacrum. So the legs are heavy, the upper body is heavy to keep you releasing and tractioning through the spine. Breath is steady. Exhale, release hands to floor. And we roll up to a slow count of 3. Knees are soft, 2. All the way up on 1. Bring the feet together. Roll the shoulders open and back. Open the palms forward to the front of your mat. Exhale, hands to prayer at your heart. Close your eyes. Activate Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Starting to move into Ujjayi breath. Taking a deep breath in from the nose. As you exhale, sighing the breath out from the mouth, making a ha sound on the way out. Doing this one more time, or if you know the breath, then just start to breathe with Ujjayi breath just from the nose. Find a steady count to your breath, the pace for your practice, and this next few minutes dedicated to yourself. As you inhale, bring the hands up, palms together, look up. Exhale, bowing down and forward into Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine, come up to the fingertips. Keeping the length of the spine, raise the right leg. Pull the hip into the hip socket. So pull that hip in, level the pelvis, and kick through the heel. This is not possible. Keep a bend into the left knee, but try to keep that right leg straight, activating the hamstrings. Step that leg behind you, coming into low lunge. Lift up just off of that left thigh, inhale. As you exhale, take the right hand to the floor. Inhale, open the left hand, rotate the chest to the side, finding your twist. Staying here, looking up to that left palm, maybe a little shoulder circle if it's comfortable in the body. Exhaling the hand back and then inhaling it back up to the sky. Exhale, close your twist, plant the hands, step the left foot back, plank, inhale. Holding here for a few breaths. So fire up the belly, pull the belly button in, push your heels to the wall behind you, draw the crown of the head forward in front of you. Sliding the whole body forward, shoulders over the fingertips. As you exhale, lowering halfway down into your low plank. Holding here for a moment. Inhaling, press back, high plank. Exhaling, second chaturanga, lower through your push-up. This time all the way down to the belly. Widen your hands as wide as the mat, a little in front of the shoulders. As you inhale, lift to the center. As you exhale, left shoulder, left ear to the floor. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, right shoulder, right ear, twisting cobra. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder, left ear. Last one, inhale, center. Exhale, right shoulder, right ear, twisting. So you inhale, find your way back to the center on the fingertips. Hip bones are down. Maybe draw the chin to the chest, puff up the thoracic spine if you want a little more opening. Exhale, head back to the floor. Slide the hands back, tuck the toes, lift knees, firm the belly. When you're ready, press through high plank. Exhale, back to your downward dog. This is only our second downward dog. If you need to move, feel free. Maybe shift the hips, the heels to the right. Step the left foot behind, a little twist through the lower body. And then carrying that to the other side, inhaling to the center. Exhaling, hips and heels to the left. Staying there, or right foot steps behind. Keep the belly pressing to your thighs. We're in a downward dog, not in a plank position. Inhale back to the center. Rise up to the tiptoes. Exhale, heels to floor. Looking forward, step right foot and then left front to the mat, flat back. As you exhale, folding forward, Uttanasana. Inhale back to standing, palms together, look up. As you exhale, Samastitihi. Ready for the other side. Inhale, arms up, chest lifts. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, crown of the head forward, fingertips down. Left leg raises, kick through the heel. Roll that left thigh bone down and in. Pull the belly button in. Power through that heel. Inhale again. Lift a little higher. Exhale, step that foot behind you. Inhale, lift the belly off of the right thigh. Exhale, left fingertips to floor. Inhale, right arm to sky. Find your twist. Stay here, or you can start to circle that right arm. Inhaling back and around, and exhaling back to sky. One more circle with a steady breath. Inhaling, and then exhale, right hand to the floor. Step right foot back, plank. Pause. This time a little twist through the hips, keeping both hands grounded, keeping the feet together, alternately shifting the heels right and left, activating into those oblique muscles. Come to the center, shift forward, exhale, lower Chaturanga Dandasana. Press back up, high plank. Exhale, lower Chaturanga. Inhale, sliding forward, this time upward dog if you are ready. As you exhale into your downward facing dog. Slow the breath down. This time, find a little more stillness. Allow the pose to become a little more static in the body. Find that subtle movement, that subtle engagement through bandhas and breath. One more inhale. One more exhale. Rising to the toes, look forward. Inhale, left foot and then right, front of the mat, flat back. Exhale, bow down and forward. Inhale, reverse swan dive, back to standing, palms together, look up. Exhale, hands beside the body into your mountain pose. This time, full stereo A. Inhale the arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palms to the sky. Look down to the floor, shift your weight to the tiptoes, rise and balance. Grip your thighs in, activate your bum muscles, weight your tailbone towards your heels, and lift up through the front of the belly. Palms press up. As you exhale, folding down and forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, this time, flat hands, step or float back directly Chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhaling, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Breathing. Set the feet a little behind you. As you inhale, roll the body forward to high plank. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Inhale, waving the spine forward, plank. Exhale, tail lifts to your downward dog. Last one. Inhale, roll the body forward, plank. Exhale, tail up, heels down, downward dog. You can step the feet a little closer, maybe even a little closer as you prepare to jump forward. 3 small hops, rising to the toes. Little hop, try to land on the toes with the legs straight if you can. 1, 2, and then as close in between your hands as you can. 3. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, head to shins. Inhale, circle sweep the arms back to standing. As you exhale, find your Tadasana, hands beside the body. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Next, inhale, sit down into chair, find Utkatasana. Wrap the right arm under the left, coming into eagle arms. And sitting the hips lower, bring the elbows up, the fingertips up, reach them for the wall behind you. As you exhale, come halfway down. Try to hook your elbows, right elbow in front of your shins. Pull the elbows back as you draw the chest forward, trying to keep the spine as flat as you can, eyes gazing towards the fingertips. Sit a little lower if you can. Next, inhale, find your back bend. As you exhale, release the hands. This time, interlock behind your hips. Draw forward into chest expansion, pulling the hands to the floor in front of you. Keep a bend in the knees if the hamstrings are tight. Keeping the hands interlocked, lift yourself up halfway, raising the right leg up. Keep the knee bent. So imagine you're touching your toes to the crown of your head. Lift the spine like it is in a back bend. Keep steady. Left knee is bent. If you're comfortable, make little pulses of the right leg up to activate your hamstrings. Exhale, land on the right toes with control. Bring the spine up into high lunge. Keep your hands interlocked. Connect them to your right thigh and slide them closer towards your right heel, lifting the chest and lifting the gaze. Bend a little deeper into that left knee. Sitting lower, chest higher. Inhale, reach the hands up, high lunge. As you exhale, hands to floor. Left knee to the left elbow. Inhale, hold. As you exhale, step the foot back, shift forward, lower, chaturanga, exhale. Inhaling, upward dog or cobra. As you exhale to your downward dog. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose, rounding forward, no sound. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, right leg up. This time, exhale, knee to left elbow. Kick the heel, the foot over to the edge of the mat, rotating into fallen triangle, left hand up to sky. See if you can lift your hips higher, almost like wild thing, lifting the hips, lifting the chest, and opening that arm to the side as high as you can. Press the feet strongly, press the right hand strongly. As you exhale, left hand back to floor, right knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward. So you inhale, stay. Exhale, lift the hips, forehead to the right shin. Inhale, this time back knee down, chest lifts. Exhale, legs straighten, fold over the right shin. Last one. Inhale, back knee down, lift the chest, Untitled. Exhale, forehead to right shin. This time, come forward, bring the left knee down. Walk the hands a little closer if you need. Lift the chest, straighten the right leg, bring the hips over that left knee, coming into half splits. If you need, use blocks under the hands. Just stay here. Straight arm, straight spine. If you're a little more flexible, then remove the blocks and walk the hands forward towards the front of your mat, bringing the forehead or the chin towards that right shin. Keeping the arms straight. Staying with little cups of the fingertips, walking a little bit closer forward each breath out. Inhale, lift the hand on the chest. Exhale, walk the hands back in. Rebend your front knee. Keep your weight forward of your back kneecap, and then pick up the left toes. So bring that foot in towards your bum. You should feel no pressure on the knee. You can stay here, or see if you can reach the left hand back, catch the outside edge. Maybe the right hand meets the inside edge of the foot. If you have both hands, start to bring the foot in towards your bum and lift your hips up over your back knee, scooping your tailbone towards your right heel to feel a little deeper stretch through the psoas and the hip flexors. You can stay here a few more breaths. If your quads are open, and see if you can reverse your grip like a frog grip, Bakasana variation. Catching the toes, pointing your fingers in the same direction as the toes and pulling that foot in towards the rib cage. Right hand to chin mudra, eyes forward, front of mat. Exhale, release your toes, tuck the toes. Step back, right foot steps back, plank, inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. Warrior one series right away. Right foot forward, left heel grounds. Inhale, warrior one, right side. Exhale, hands down, step back, lower chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. As you exhale, Adho Mukha, left side right away, left foot forward. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. As you exhale to your downward facing dog. This time to stay for a few breaths. If you need to make this downward dog a child's pose, do so. Pause the video until you regain control of your breath, that same steady rhythm that we open the practice with. Always initiating with breath and steady, controlled breathing. Rise toes, look forward. Inhale, hop or step front of mat, flat back. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. As you inhale, sit down into your chair, Utkatasana. Ready for the left side. Exhaling, left arm underneath the right. Find your eagle arms. Lift the chest, lift the fingertips, arc the spine, the fingertips to the wall behind you. Inhaling. As you exhale, come halfway down. Try to hook your left elbow to the fronts of the knees. If you have it, pull back. So the chest is more open, the shoulder blades draw gently towards the spine and the back of the body. Eyes forward over fingertips. Inhaling back up, little back bend, reach back. As you exhale, release the hands, interlock them behind the spine, chest extension. If you're more open, bring the palms of the hands together, Kali Mudra with the hands. If you need towel between the hands, if you are less open. Keeping the hands interlocked, lift the chest up halfway. Left leg raises, knee stays bent. Toes towards the crown of the head, arcing the spine up and back. Pull the hands towards that heel. Here are little pulses with that left leg to the ceiling. 2, 1. Release that left foot all the way behind you. Land on the toes. Control. Slide the spine up to vertical. Connect hands to back thigh. Lift the heart. Lift the eyes. Keep the lower back long. Hip bones plugging into the hip sockets. Slide the hands closer to left heel. Starting to release the hands. As you inhale, send them up, high lunge. Exhale, hands to the mat, step back, lower, chaturanga. Inhaling through your upward dog. As you exhale to your downward dog. Preparing the left leg, rise tiptoes, bring the feet together. Inhale the left leg high, three-legged dog. As you exhale, knee to left elbow, coming forward to plank. Inhale, three-legged dog, leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. Last one, inhale, leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to right elbow, twist, kick the foot to the side, open that right arm up. Stay here, press the feet, press the left hand, or lift the hips higher, arc the spine into a little bit of a back bend, like you're coming into wild thing. Holding here for a moment, opening the chest, opening shoulders, right hand back down, inhale, knee to nose, exhale, step the left foot forward. As you inhale, stay in the lunge. As you exhale, forehead to left shin, straighten that left leg. Inhale, weight forward, back knee down, chest, head up. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Last one, inhale, hips, heart, pull forward, look up. Exhale, straighten the legs, fold forward. This time, inhale, find your low lunge, keep the right knee down. As you exhale, bring your hips over that right knee, pick up the left toes. Use blocks as you need, as we did on the first side, or walk your hands forward, stay on the fingertips. Spider, walk the hands forward and draw that forehead towards your front shin. Half splits. This is very intense for you. Keep a bend in the left knee. Make sure you feel the stretch towards your hip and not right at the back of the knee. Breathing a little closer to the front of the mat with the hands. So you inhale, lift up halfway. As you exhale, rebend that left knee. And then shifting forward, one hand back or both hands back. Pull that foot in towards your bum. If that is comfortable, you can feel free to take that frog variation, taking the hand to the inside and then fingers pointing the same direction as the toes. Sinking the hips closer to your front heel, pulling that foot into the side of your rib cage. Release the toes down. step back to plank. Inhale. As you exhale, bend elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Preparing for Warrior 1 series. Right foot forward again. Inhale, Warrior 1, right side, lift up. As you exhale, hands down, step back, bend elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. As you exhale, downward dog. Left side, left foot. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel grounds. Lift up, inhale. Exhale, hands down, step back, bend elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha to stay. If you need, make this a child's pose again. Find your breath. Hear the breath. Control the breath. Rise to the tiptoes, look forward. Inhale, walk or float, front of mat, flat back. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. As you inhale, find your chair, hips low, fingertips up. This time we stay. Little bounces, little pulses, activate the glutes, all of the thigh muscles, the hip muscles, build heat in the body. Keep bouncing for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, find your airplane, palms face down. Belly is off the thighs. Lift and shift your weight to your tiptoes. See if you can lift your belly off of your thighs so the lower back is active. Moving into diver's pose, start to straighten the legs. Press the hands forward like you're pressing against a wall in front of you. Bring your chest as close to your shins as you can. Heels up, high on the tiptoes. Release the hands down. Exhale, release the heels down. Good. Keep the spine long. Walk the hands back. Open the feet hip distance. Grab the big toes. Inhale. Exhale into your forward fold. Padangusthasana. Elbows open wide. Navel hugs in towards the spine. Hollowing out the belly to deepen. Contracting across the lower belly in front of the hips to deepen. Slow down your breath. Inhale halfway up. As you exhale, release. Heel toe your feet together. Inhale, sit back down into your chair. This time, exhale, hands to prayer at your heart. Rise to your tiptoes. We're lowering through a toe squat. If you need, bring your hands to the floor. Lower for 3, 2, 1. Let the spine come up vertical. Weight your tailbone. Let the knees dip and try to bring the spine up a little taller. Balancing. Start to bring the heels down. Open the knees. Bring your chest forward, hands forward to counter the hips. With control, sit down onto your bum. Raise the feet, palms open to the sky, half boat. Staying here for a few more breaths. If you are stable and the breath is comfortable, and see if you can move into full Navasana, starting to straighten the legs, toes at the level of the eyes. Moving through half boat, low boat. As you inhale, lower the legs, bring the shoulder blades down. Exhale, bend the knees, lift the chest, half boat. Inhale to low boat, legs straighten, shoulder blades down. Exhale to half boat. As you inhale to low boat, if you need, grip the backs of the thighs, use the hands, pull yourself up. If you are deepening, keep the legs straight, inhale down, exhale, keep the legs straight. If you lift back to full boat, inhale to low boat, exhale to half or full boat. This time stay, bend the knees, bring the chin to the chest, rock back to the shoulders, inhale, exhale, rock the weight forward, feet down, back through Utkatasana, through chair, same way that we came in. This time, airplane the arms, shift the weight to the tiptoes, finding diver's pose, second time. Legs straighten, heart moves towards the shins, eyes forward, hands forward, as if you're pressing them against a wall. Exhale, release the hands to the ground, flat hands. Keep your bum as high as you can. If you need, bring your feet a little back, knees into the armpits, preparing for crow, Bakasana. Feet up, hips up, rounding the spine, eyes stay forward. If you have other versions, tripod, feel free. Any variations, toe taps or one-legged crow. Otherwise, staying here, pressing knees against arms, arms into knees. If you are preparing to jump back, Lift the hips a little higher as you shoot back. Press arms against knees. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhaling, Upward Dog. As you exhale into your Downward Facing Dog. Preparing for our rainbow leg one more time. Rising to the tiptoes, draw the big toes together. As you inhale, raise the right leg up, three-legged dog. As you exhale, right knee to right elbow, rounding forward through plank. Inhale, three-legged dog, leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Last one, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, knee to left elbow, twist. Kick the foot out into fallen triangle. Left hand up, stay here as before. Other options, take that bottom leg into half lotus. Otherwise, reach that hand over, grab the right foot, kick forward, hold here, or send that right leg to the front of the mat into Vishvamitrasana. If you have that side plank variation, arch the spine, find that stretch to the side body. Exhale, knee to right elbow round, and then step that foot forward into Warrior One. Send the arms up. Preparing for Gomukhasana arms, as we did at the beginning. Keep the left hand towards the middle of the shoulder blades. Right hand draws it in. You can stay here. If your shoulders are open, right hand behind and fingertips meet. Use a towel if you need. The next few poses, we will try to keep the shape of the shoulders if possible. If it is not, then take our normal standard variations of postures. Press the head back into the hands. Mindfully transition to Warrior Two. Straight legs as you transition. Bend into that right knee one more time. Keep the shoulders if it's comfortable. Eyes forward or eyes to the side of the mat. Making sure that the ribs are not thrusted forward. If you are not in Gomukhasana arms and cow face arms, arms are just out like a normal Warrior Two variation. Otherwise, try to keep that shape into the shoulders. If you have that shape, straighten the right leg. Heel toe your back foot a little closer. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the body into Trikonasana, into triangle. Trying to bring that upper arm parallel to the floor if you are in your Gomukhasana arms. If you are not, then arms expand vertically floor to ceiling. Stay for a few more breaths in your triangle. And if you have your Gomukhasana arms, you can release them. Bring the spine up. Inhale. As you exhale, turn the right toes into your center line, preparing for Prasarita variations. Take the hands to the waist. Press down. Inhale, raise chest, raise eyes. As you exhale, fold forward. Take the hands down to the floor, lifting the chest. Keep the left hand right at the center. If you need, use a block under that hand if you cannot reach the floor on any setting. And then open the right hand to the front of the mat into your twist. Stay here, or you can start to bend into that left knee. Find a half bind with the right hand, and then catch the bottom hand underneath, right outside of that hip. Try to get the top arm straight first, keeping that left knee bent. And then once you have the bind, then press the shoulder back into that thigh. Start to straighten the left leg. Re-expand the arms, inhale. Exhale, right hand to floor. Switching sides, inhale, left hand up. Stay here. Keep the arms vertical or half bind. And then right arm under, catch the left hand. Straight arm first if possible. Keep the knee bent and then work on straightening that leg and pressing that arm against that thigh. 2 more breaths, slow and steady. Release the hands. This time, inhale, rise to the fingertips. Exhale, walk the hands back into your Chaturanga arms. Try to make right angles with the upper arms and the forearms. Press the palms towards the face as you drag the heels away from each other so the hips, the sacrum are more stable. Inhaling. Exhaling. One more inhale. One more exhale. Next breath in, walk the hands back forward. Take the hands under the shoulders, bring the forearms down. Preparing for an inversion here. So if you already have Panchamayurasana, if you can press in, go ahead and go in. Otherwise, we just take little shifts of the weight. So eyes forward towards the hands. As you inhale, shift to the toes, all the way to the big toes if you can. As you exhale, bring the feet back flat to the floor. Inhale, shift forward to toes. Exhale, heels down. You can repeat this 3 more times. Otherwise, if you have the press, move with me. Straddle the legs up. You can keep the straddle or bring the legs into butterfly, into Baddha Konasana. Keeping the eyes forward, gaze forward. If you're taking your toe presses, just keep shifting the weight to the hands. Exhaling back to heels. 1 more breath, any version that you're in. If you're up on your forearms, start to re-expand the legs. Slowly, control. Bring the feet back to the floor. Walk the hands back in and find a wide ragdoll. Hold elbows or hands to the floor. Sway your weight from side to side. Relax the neck for a moment. Release the upper back. Slowly on your in-breath, rolling back up to standing. Draw the feet a little closer together and turn back to face the front of the mat, squaring the hips. You can choose to interlock the fingers behind the back and fold forward, or if you are comfortable in the Gomukhasana variation, bring the left hand back up and the right fingertips behind. Inhaling to lengthen the spine, draw the left hip forward. Exhale to fold forward over the right leg. If your hands are interlocked, feel free to draw them towards the head. If your hands are in cow face arms, gently keep the head pressing back up into that left arm. Little bend in the right knee if you need. Slowly bringing the forehead closer to that right ankle. Soften the right knee. Inhale back up. And then bending the right knee, shift the weight forward, coming into Warrior 3. So sending that left leg back. Keeping Gomukhasana arms if you can. Otherwise, you can keep the arms interlocked into a fist. Holding here, kicking through that left heel. If you're modifying, bring the hands to the chest or airplane arms. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, let the hands rest to the floor. And then if you're comfortable in an inversion, go ahead and float up, any handstand variation of your choosing. Otherwise, keep power in that left leg, mountain leg on the left side. Shift the weight into the hands, inhale. Exhale the right heel back down. Inhale, look forward, shift forward. Weight into the hands as high on your toes as you can. Exhale, right heel back down. 3 more of these, otherwise little hops, little bunny hops, or you can feel free to take the right knee to the chest in a tucked variation. If you're up, try to hold at least for 5 breaths. And kicking through that left heel, mountain leg. As you exhale, step the feet back, jump the feet back, lower 3-legged chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. And as you exhale to your downward facing dog. Take a moment, sort out the body, little shift, little shuffle through the legs, shoulders, through the brain, whatever you need. Ready for the left side, inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Inhaling, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. Last one, inhale, 3-legged dog, leg up. Exhale, twist, knee to right elbow, kick that leg out to the side, right arm up. Stay here, second fallen triangle. Otherwise, half lotus with that lower leg, or Vishvamitrasana, sending that left leg into the right hand, kicking out and then forward to the front of your mat. Holding 2 more breaths. Inhale back to the center, knee to nose. Exhale, left foot steps forward, ground your right heel. Rising into Warrior 1, send the hands up, chest up. Keep the arms neutral. In this version, I will do the modified variation. If you're coming into Gomukhasana, right hand to the middle of the shoulders, left hand behind the back. Otherwise, keep the hands to the sky in our normal Warrior 1 variation. 1 more inhale. As you exhale, mind the transition. Straighten the left leg, widen the back foot, heel to arch alignment into Warrior 2. Rebend the left knee. Open the hips, the shoulders to the long edge of the mat. Eyes forward over the left hand if you are not in cow face arms. A little pull into the right side of the body, lifting up through the front of the body and the belly. tailbone is weighted, Uddiyana Bandha, Mula Bandha active. Straighten that front leg, heel to the back leg closer. Shift the body forward, reach forward. Left hand to inner heel, right arm up, or keeping Gomukhasana arms if you are still in it. If you have your arms open and expanded, feel free to look up towards that top hand. Lift up the front of the left thigh and roll the right hip open, scooping the tailbone so you're not overarching the lower back. Inhale, bring the spine up. Exhale, left toes to the center. This time, interlock your fingers behind the back into a fist. Roll the shoulders back, pull the hands away, activate your triceps. And then as you exhale, start to fold yourself forward, this time bringing the head down, chin to the chest, hands towards the floor in front of you. If your palms do not touch, that is fine. Use a towel if the arms are not straight. Each breath out, drawing the hands closer to the mat, closer to the ground in front of you. One more inhale. One more exhale. Next inhale brings yourself back up. Expand the arms out wide. Hands to the waist. Inhale, raise the chest. As you exhale, fold forward. This time grab hold of the big toes, yogi toe grip, straight arms, inhale. Exhale, bend elbows and fold. Try to bring the arms into right angles as you use the upper arms to pull the body towards the legs. Keep a little more weight to the balls of your feet and into the big toes. So you create that opportunity for isometric contraction and resistance movement. One more inhale. One more exhale. As you inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale, back to standing, arms out wide. As you exhale, turn the left toes forward. Make sure the left foot is the lead leg, right toes in, preparing for pyramid. Gomukhasana arms, or interlock your hands into a fist one more time. Inhale, chest up. Exhale, fold over the left leg. If you're tight in the hamstrings, keep the left knee bent. If you are open, straighten that leg. Keep that scissoring movement into the thighs, right hip forward, left hip pulls back, and we plug the hip bones right into the hip joints. One more breath. On your next breath in, lifting up. Keep the hands into a fist or Gomukhasana arm. Shift your weight into your left leg. Raise the right leg up into your warrior 3 position. Kicking through the heel, active mountain leg. Eyes forward and steady. Hands resting on the lower back if you're in a fist, airplane, or hands to prayer. As you start to release, bring the hands to the floor. You can hop the left foot a little back. So you're almost in a half downward dog. Power through that right leg, kick through the heel. Look forward to the front of your mat. As you inhale, shift your weight to your left toes. Exhale the heel down, head down. Inhale, shift forward, look forward. Exhale, heel down, head down. A few more of these. Or if you're taking little hops, try not to jump so much. It's just a shift of the weight into the hands as you press yourself up into your handstand. Legs can be in L shape or tuck knee to chest as you choose. Legs all the way up if you are comfortable in handstand or any other variation. As you prepare to step back, jump back, land chaturanga, bend the elbows, 3-legged flow. Inhaling, upward dog. And as you exhale into your downward dog, deep, full, expanded breath in. Deep breath out. Exhaling from the mouth. Inhale, nose. Exhale, sigh the breath out, part the lips. And then walk the hands back or walk them in, shift the weight to the heels, bringing yourself to the back of your mat into your forward fold. Coming into Padahastasana, lift at the toes, slide the hands under the balls of the feet. As you exhale, bend the elbows and fold into your legs, stretching the hamstrings a little bit more in this shape. Try to bring the weight a little more forward to the fronts of your feet. So as you press the balls of the feet, you can lift your sitting bones higher so you get that connection of feet to hips. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release hands to waist. Inhale, rise back up to standing. As you exhale, feet together and into mountain pose, Tadasana. Pause for a moment before we complete our standing series. Make sure you have some space behind you so you can move a little forward on your mat if you need. Ground your left leg, lift the right leg up, and catch the outside or the inner arch of the foot. Left hand raises to the ceiling, inhale. As you exhale, tip the body forward and kick that right leg strongly back to the wall behind you and then up to the ceiling, moving into standing bow variation. So imagine that foot is growing out right at the center of the head. So the knee stays in towards your hip joint and eyes look forward over the left hand. As you exhale, draw the knee back in and change sides. Right arm up to sky. Exhale, left foot into left hand, outside or inside arch. Inhale, pause, firm the thighs. Exhale, come forward. Head is up, belly is up. So create the arch by kicking stronger into that left leg, into the left foot. Eyes forward over that right hand. Keep the heart lifting. Foot growing out of the crown of the head. The strength, the depth of the back bend is in the kick of that leg. As you exhale, release. Draw the knees back together. Release the feet side by side. Find your mountain pose. Second set, repeat exactly the same. So second set of standing bow, deeper this time. Otherwise, if you practice full Natarajasana, opportunity to come in. Take that open grip. Hand moves to the outside of the foot. Strap if you need. And then circle that elbow forward. Use just the right hand. Left hand can hold onto your wrist or walk that hand closer to the toes. Once you have your foot, you can bring the foot in towards the head, or you can draw the chest forward and kick up. Two slightly different variations depending on your flexibility. So find your balance. If it's new, stay just for a moment as long as you can. If you're repeating bow pose, repeat bow pose and try to stay for 7 breaths on each side. Exhale, release the right leg down. Find your balance. Prepare left side. Find your breath first. Shift weight into right foot. Second set of standing bow. If you're not quite in dancers, you can take mermaid as shown here. The foot stays in the elbow. We take this slightly different variation, just like in pigeon. Otherwise, open grip with the foot, elbow circles around, hold wrists or hold toes. Draw the foot in towards the head or straighten the arms, trying to kick the leg straight and the arm straight for a deeper stretch of the lats, deeper back bend. 2 more breaths, any version that you are in. As you exhale, release. Find mountain in the belly. Firm the pelvic floor. Find your breath. We close standing series. As you inhale, open the hands up. Reach back towards the wall behind you. Deep back bend. Exhale, soften the knees. Fold forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, walk the hands forward. Wiggle the feet back. Find your plank position. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. As you exhale to your downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, 3-legged dog. This time open the hip. So open the hips to the side wall, bend the knee, draw the foot towards the left bump. Stay there or step the foot behind you. Open the chest, the hips to the side wall. If you are deeper into Wild Thing or Dandasana if it's there. If you are balanced, right knee to your chest. And maybe even that leg straight, grabbing hold of the big toe, and then opening, rolling the chest open like Wild Thing. So you're in a back bend and that leg is lifted up. If you have the grip of the big toe, circle the leg right around into full splits. If you don't, just step the foot forward through half splits and that's fine. If you're modifying, take blocks under your hands as shown. Half splits, you can bend the right knee if you need. Or you can slide that foot closer, further forward, but try to keep the spine up over the hips so we get that stretch into the left hip flexors. If you're keeping it active, tuck the left toes, lift the back knee. More passive, back knee down, point the toes. And make sure the heel is aligned right with your Achilles tendon. Fingertips down to the floor or to your blocks. Hold here 5 breaths. If you are deeper, send the arms up, little twist through the upper back to release the thoracic spine, and then take Kali Mudra, reach to the back wall behind you. If you're still in your blocks, stay in your first variation. If you're deepening, if you're all the way down, see if you can take that frog variation, Bakasana variation in your splits, or mermaid, elbow to foot, right arm up to start, and then maybe the hands meet, that foot grips the hand, and then we find our full variation of splits. If you're not here with us, that's absolutely fine. Do what you can today. Stay a little longer in a modified version with hands to blocks, where you're still getting the depth and the target, the emphasis of the stretch. Wherever you are, we release the spine a little more forward. If you're still modifying, you can let go of your blocks. You can walk yourself forward if that's not too intense for the hamstrings. If you're all the way down, maybe bring the hands to the inside, fingertips, and squeeze that right leg in towards the shoulder. We all walk ourselves back up. Slide the right foot back. Ground your hands, send the right leg up into downward dog. Take hip circles, shake the leg. Whatever you need to do to release your hip, to release your splits. Release the leg for a moment if you need. And then squeeze the elbows in so we're on our forearms and a 3-legged dolphin. 5 breaths here, or same shift with the weight that we did before. So strong right leg, mountain leg in the right foot. As you inhale, shift forward. Exhale the foot down. Little hops, or you can take your knee to chest variation all the way up if you're comfortable in Panchamayurasana. Any version, feel free to take lotus legs, eagle legs if you're there and it's comfortable in your practice. Otherwise, keep taking little hops, 4 to 5. And then pressing into both hands. Exhaling into Chaturanga. Inhaling upward dog. Exhaling into your downward dog, preparing for the left side. If you need to stop and pause this video for a moment and take a child's pose before, you can do so. Inhale the left leg up, bend the knee, open the hip. Stay here or flip your dog. Take the left toes down, open the chest. This time I will stay in our modified version, so staying in Wild Thing. If you're continuing on, bring the left knee to your chest, pull it in, or grab hold of your big toe and start to straighten that leg up. Otherwise, stay in Wild Thing with me. If you have your big toe, right into splits. Otherwise, bring the hand back down, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose, step the foot forward, bring the right knee down. Moving into splits, send your hips over your back knee, slide that left foot as close to the front of the mat as you can. Keep your spine up. So keeping the hips, the shoulders aligned. Use your blocks if you need, one on each side. If you don't have blocks, that's fine. You can use anything, pillows or fingertips to floor, or just keep a little more bend into your knees. So stay here. Those of you staying are going to stay here for a little while. If you are deepening, if you are all the way down, then you have a few different options. You can bring the hands up into Kali Mudra, lift through the chest, wiggle the spine, reach back. Or you can bring that foot in like frog, mermaid variation, or all the way into our full royal variation of splits. Wherever you are, close your eyes. Breathe into the space where you are. Sending your breath to any areas of tightness, any areas of tension. being exactly where you are ready for in today's practice. Keeping the legs as they are, allow the spine to gently fold forward. If you need to be in half splits here, that's absolutely fine. If you're all the way down, feel free to take the hands inside, fingertips down. When you're ready, ground your hands and the left leg up, circle the hip, shake out your leg, anything to release that hip. And then pinch a prep, squeeze the elbows in, all the way down. Three-legged dolphin, first option, stay here. Don't move any weight into the arms. Otherwise, look forward, shift your weight onto your right toes, inhale. Exhale the heel back down, just like we did in our handstand prep. If you're ready, little hops. Right knee to chest, little tucks. Feel free to also take an L shape or both legs up. Or if you're deepening, you can feel free to scissor the legs and draw that left foot in towards the head, arching the spine, toes towards the crown of the head. Okay, if you flip over and you come into variation of forearm wheel, feel free. TikToks, anything that's in your practice, pause, take your time. And when you're ready, feet down. Squeeze the elbows in, still in our forearms. Look forward. Shift the weight forward as you exhale. Lift the elbows in lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale into your downward dog. Everybody bring the knees to the floor. Release the head to the ground and find child's pose. Well-deserved child's pose. To reset your breath and to prepare to slow down the practice. Nearing the end. Take a few more back bends, so if you don't prefer to round your spine, then you can widen your knees and take more of a variation on tortoise pose. Prayer of the hands, elbows lifted if you choose. Last couple breaths. Bring yourself back up, knees together. Start to prepare to come to seated, coming to tabletop, inhale, exhale to your downward dog. If you're jumping through, feel free to jump through. Otherwise, take a half vinyasa as shown, and then step forward or jump through, lifting through, handstand if you choose, or half handstand. My jump throughs were not working out so well this day, so step, jump, coming into Dandasana, preparing for our last and deepest back bends of this practice. Send the feet forward, bring the palms together. Take a moment, release your neck, maybe a circle in each direction to release any tension throughout the neck. And then bring the spine upright, breathe in. As you exhale, chin to the chest, roll over the sacrum like you are being pulled from a string attached to your belly button, one vertebra at a time, rolling down through the spine, all the way onto your back. We will take one set of modified bridge pose together, Hanumanasana. Slide your feet in closer, make sure your fingertips can reach your heels. Feet are hip distance, outer edges of the feet in straight lines with your mat. Roll the hips, the middle back, and the chest up. See if you can recruit your shoulders together. So bring your shoulder blades in at the same time. Hands to a fist, lift up, and we stay. If you're choosing to take a different variation, you can raise the right leg, not all the way up. See if you can just bring your thighs together in the same line, and then raise one leg as you inhale. Exhale the right foot back down. Inhale the left leg up, thighs in the same line. Exhale the foot back down. Last breath, we press the feet and the hands to lift higher. And then as you exhale, release yourself onto your back. Relax for a moment. You can widen your feet to the edges of your mat, drop your knees in. When you're ready, repeat bridge one more time, or we move into Urdhva Dandasana. Bringing the hands up over the head, fingers towards the heels. Raise to the crown of your head. Adjust your hands so your wrist creases are aligned with the front edge of your mat. When you're ready, press up, pressing equally from hands and feet. 5 breaths, first version. Pressing the chest to the back edge of your mat. keeping a squeeze of your knees in. So your inner thighs, your adductors are active and the lower back is lengthened. Exhale, release to the crown of your head. Walk your hands one step closer to your feet. Press back up. 5 more breaths. Deeper. See if you can raise your right hand and catch your right shin. 1 breath. Exhale the hand back down. And repeat the same on the left side. So the left hand reaches forward towards the front of the knee. Strong into the right hand, pressing up. Keep the back bend. Exhale the hand down. Last breath, lift higher, press both hands, press feet. Exhale, chin to your chest, lower through your push-up, controlled. Backs of the shoulders down. And then release your feet all the way down to the edges of your mat. You can choose to keep a butterfly. For me, I don't love this pose after back bending because of my sacrum. So any shape that allows your lower back to release, and you can breathe into your belly. Consciously slow down your breath. Relax your belly muscles. Let the breath move in and around the abdomen until you feel controlled and calm again. You can stay here or feel free to take a happy baby for a moment as you start to neutralize your spine. If you're in happy baby, then a little moving if that's natural, if that brings more release in your lower back. One more inhale. As you exhale, hug both knees into the chest. And then keep your right knee pulling in, left leg straight to the front of the mat. Hanumanasana, wind removing pose, squeeze. When you're ready, grab the right big toe or the back of the calf. Use a strap, a towel if you cannot reach your foot. Pull that foot in and towards your head. Deeper, raise the head up to your shin. Left hand shoots forward along the thigh. Exhale the head down. As you inhale, open the leg to the side. Make sure both of your hips are grounded. Your bum is grounded. Deeper. Catch the heel, the inner arch of the foot, and bring it into a side bend. Otherwise, just keep the spine neutral, vertical, straight. Taking our lying down, hand to big toe pose. The leg open to the side. As you inhale, come back to the center, grab the calf, the foot. As you exhale, forehead to the knee. Inhale the head down. Exhale the leg down. Prepare for the left side, left leg up. Hanumanasana if you need kneaded chest for a moment. When you're ready, hand to big toe. Pull that leg in, forehead up to the shin, to the knee. Right hand shoots forward along that right thigh. As you inhale, bring the head down. Exhale the leg open to the side. Right hand stays, grounding the right hip. Keeping the lower back down. Stay here or take that little side bend through the body, holding the heel arch of the foot as you shift the torso to the left side. Last couple breaths. Right hip really strongly rooted, grounded down. Bring the leg back to the center, inhale. Exhale, hold the calf, the foot, forehead to the shin. Inhale the head down. Exhale the leg down. Draw the knees into the chest. Tap the toes behind the head. Inhale. As you exhale, come up to sitting. You can rock a few times along your spine, 2-3 times. Allow the cracks, the crinkles to kind of release where the ligaments have released in the lower back along the spine. And then coming up to sitting, send the legs forward. Moving into Hanumanasana. Reach forward, grab the big toes, yogi toe grip, outer edges of the feet. Pause for a moment, straight arms, straight spine. You can even send the hands up just to make sure you're using your strength. And then when you're ready, folding into the legs. If you have any lower back sensitivity, make sure you keep your knees bent or sit yourself up on a folded blanket so you allow more mobility through your pelvis and hips. So near the end of practice, my instructions will become less. Stay here, breathe. Just listen to your own breath. Last moment in the pose. Lifting the head on the chest. Inhale yourself back up. Make sure you have enough space behind you. Bring the hands together in prayer. Take a moment, circle the head each direction. One circle each side. Inhale, align the spine back vertically. And then exhale, slowly lower onto your back, all the way down. Palms press the floor, legs raise, keeping them at a perpendicular angle to the floor, 90 degrees. Active feet, mountain legs. Inhale, lower the right leg towards the floor. Exhale, back up. Inhale, the left leg lowers. Exhale, back. And this time, keeping the legs together, we lower the legs behind the head, pressing the palms. Moving into our inversion practice, moving into Halasana, and then Sarvangasana. Take the hands to the lower back, bring the elbows, the shoulders in closer, and then draw the legs up to the ceiling, pointing the toes, scooping the tailbone, and trying to bring the legs over the spine in a straight line. So activating the bum, the glutes to do so. If you have your own inversion practice, go ahead and move through it with your breath. Just ignore me for the next few minutes. Make sure the throat is still free. You can still breathe comfortably. We'll prepare to take those same leg lowers we did just now. Inhale the right leg down. Exhale the feet back together. Inhale the left leg down behind you. Exhale the legs back into shoulder stand one more time. Inhale, right leg down. Exhale, legs back together. Left side, inhale the leg down. Exhale, feet back together. This time, try to lower the legs together with control. Lower both legs behind you. Release the hands if you can and draw them towards the mat in front of you, coming into Halasana, into Plow Pose. Try not to round your spine too much. We still press the hands, the shoulders, and we lift the sitting bones and the tailbone up to the ceiling. So pushing the ceiling away from us to keep the length through the waist and the spine. Feel free to stay here. Last few breaths. Otherwise, start to bend your knees. Letting your knees open just to the outside of your ears. Moving into ear pressure, Karnapadasana. If you have lotus variations, feel free to take this into Pindasana. Same movement in the body, just with lotus legs. Last few moments. When you start to feel ready, bring the hands back to the front of the mat, palms down, arms like brakes. Straighten your legs back into shoulder stand. As slow as you can, one vertebra at a time. Resist the urge to drop down. Lower with control. Legs to perpendicular. Activate feet like mountain legs. Bring the forearms a little closer in under the bum. Legs lower. As a leg lower, controlled in the core, all the way down. Relax for a moment, trying not to move the head or the neck. Breathe into your belly to release the pose. And the neck starts to feel comfortable. You can slowly wiggle your forearms back to each side of your hips, palms down. Lotus legs if it's in your practice, if you have Padmasana. And then sliding the crown of the head forward towards the bum, trying to drag. Imagine you're dragging the head along the mat, lifting the chest, elbow squeeze, coming into fish. If it's more comfortable in your body, you can keep the head lifted and floating off the floor. Otherwise, very gentle resting of the head on the ground. If the neck and the back bend are comfortable in the body, we start to move into Uttanappadasana. Sliding the feet in. We bend the knees. First step. Second step, we straighten the arms at 40 degrees and the legs at the same angle. Arms and legs shooting out, keeping the spine of our fish shape. One more breath. Any version you're in. Exhale the toes back to the floor. Grab the bum, lift the head. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release onto the back. Hug the knees into your chest. Rock side to side. And this time, allow your neck to move. Look left, look right. When you start to feel ready, you can rock and roll up and down the spine a few times. Again, just observing those little cracks, those little crinkles you hear in the spine, rocking until they disappear. And taking one vinyasa. So when you're ready, rock yourself up, cross the legs, plant the hands, jump back, chaturanga. Inhaling, upward dog. Exhaling to your downward dog. We come through to Dandasana, into sitting. Step through, jump through, send the legs to the front of the mat. Moving into a spinal twist. Cross the right foot to the outside of the left knee. If that is enough, stay there. Otherwise, bend your left knee and fold it in. Right fingertips behind, left hand up, breathe in. Exhale, twist to your right. Fingertips to sky or deeper. See if you can find your left knee. Grab the front of the knee and press that knee down into the left hand. Twisting gently through the spine, all the way through the neck, all the way through the eyes, looking over to the right corner of the eyes. So inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, counter twist. One breath. Twist to the left. Keep the legs. So inhale, back to the center. Pass through the boat. Exhale, other side. When you know the legs, left leg crosses to the outside of the right knee, or fold that right leg in. Left fingertips behind, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, twist. You can keep the fingers to the sky or send that right hand towards the right knee, pressing that knee down. Keeping the right hip bone grounded. The belly button pulled slightly to the right side as you twist deeper to the left side. Gentle twist in the neck, all the way through the eyes. Inhale, look back to the center. As you exhale, release the twist, counter twist. One breath. Release your legs, both legs together, Dandasana, palms together. If you need, take a moment, circle the head, one circle each direction, release the neck. Palms together, center the head, straight spine. Inhale. Exhale, chin to chest, rolling down. 3, 2. As the shoulder blades touch, 1. Keep the shoulder blades down, head up. Palms to the sides of the thighs. If you can, raise your legs into low boat. Hold. Last moment of energy. Any little energy you have left in the body, expending it here. And then with your breath out, release everything down to the floor. Preparing any small movements you need for Shavasana, final relaxation. You can pause this video and take about 10 minutes in Shavasana. any music you prefer, any relaxation techniques that you prefer. Making sure you take time to restore and to rejuvenate. We will see you in our next practice. Enjoy your sweet Shavasana. Namaste.